I have actively chosen to do something that's in the public eye. And so that comes with positive things, that comes with negative things. I've always been someone who's more geared towards business and entrepreneurship. I graduated college and moved back to India and wanted to definitely work in India. And I come from a business background as well. My father is a businessman. So though entrepreneurship is something that I really love doing, for me, I wanted it to be more than just profit. I wanted whatever I do to also have some kind of impact. So that's what I've been doing for the last 3 years. I think that I come from a lot of privilege, and I think that for me to even be able to do what I did at 21 is something that not a lot of other people get to do, which is just wake up and say we want to start a business. I would say it was easy compared to other people who it's not a reality for. And I'm sure this is something probably every young person who's ever tried to do something would face, is being told that you're too young to be doing it. People often look at you and think that, at 25, you're too young or not experienced enough to be talking about the kind of causes that I talk about or stand for. I've always tried to, use my platform to talk about things that I believe in. So even like my social media, for example, since the very beginning, I always used it to try and talk about, issues that were very close to my heart. I have two incredible role models at home. I think that's where the idea really came from, is how can, the three of us kind of have conversations that would spark more conversations with people. So I think that's what we wanted to do, is have three different generations of women from the same family who've had this similar experience, at their age, and how they feel about it, and how can we bring that to people in a fun format. It's called What the Hell Navya Is, because if you have heard the podcast, or if we have 10 episodes, and if you hear them, I think it's a phrase that my mom and my grandmom have used continuously throughout. So when we were thinking about what we should name it, they kept saying, what the hell Navya? So we said, why don't we just call it that, I'm always someone who's up for new things. I love taking on new projects and collaborating with people. I think it's the best part of what I get to do. I've grown up reading Tinkle. I think a lot of my childhood memories are associated with reading Tinkle. So for me, when the opportunity came by, I knew it was something that I couldn't pass on. And comics usually are, aimed at a younger audience. So, Tinkle's audience would be probably between 9 and 13, 14. I think just having these conversations and just brushing or approaching these themes at even a younger age is really important, because it's something that you get normalized to. That was pretty much the thought process behind this, is how can we make this fun and interesting for someone to read, but also the messaging is still very strong. I think just everyone in general should have knowledge of their legal rights and of what their basic human rights are. And that's exactly what we do. We, of course, offer free services to women. So we have free legal services where, any kind of legal query that you have, whether it's a sexual harassment case or property rights, child custody rights, and you need help with that information free of cost. I think that financial barriers are also a big reason as to why a lot of women, especially maybe, don't take cases forward, because of course having access to lawyers is a very expensive thing. So we try to remove that, that barrier and that obstacle by making the services free of cost. So we work with a lot of professionals who have been in the field for many, many years. When it comes to our projects on violence against women, we have lawyers. I think in terms of just overall understanding the area that you work in, yes, of course, a lot of times in social impact, it's also not something that you might have had a personal lived experience of. So I think it's extremely important to come from a place of empathy and of understanding that you might not have experienced this personally, but it's something you can empathize with, and it's something that you can feel for. And something I always try to do is, it's really important to actually go on ground and see the reality of what it is you're trying to solve. You can't sit in your house or in your office and make decisions. I love trying new things, so that's definitely something I know I'll even do 5 years down the line, is keep doing new things and trying new things and seeing how I can, spread my message of what I believe in through different mediums and different formats, and that's something that I always want to do. I am on this path of combining entrepreneurship and social impact together, and I get to work with a lot of incredible people, I get to meet a lot of people, and I think that that's what's going to help me write my story. It's still in process.